So on Saturday, after seeing Phantom Thread the night before, I went and saw The Shape of Water. Now, unlike Phantom Thread, this was a movie I was really fucking looking forward to. The Shape of Water is a movie from the first trailer I got of this. I was sold, was waiting for this movie to come out in my theater anytime. Even before the Oscar nominations started coming in, or even the nominations in general were coming in, and I had first heard about this movie and saw it as being directed by Guillermo del Toro. It's one of my favorite directors. I was like, I'm sold. Fucking sign me up. When the hell is this movie coming out? And like, I don't like with Disaster Artist, I had to wait a fucking month and a half to fucking finally see it. Unlike the Disaster Artist, I actually fucking got it at my movie theater. Didn't have to drive a far distance to go see it. I finally got it on the last weekend of January. The Shape of Water. Like I said, this is a movie. Like I had said at the beginning of this month, there were 3 movies I wanted to see before I made my top 10 list, and they were 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, The Disaster Artist, and The Shape of Water. Now I've seen them all, and I was like I said, this was a movie that was right up my alley. Even if it was a weird concept, it was Guillermo del Toro. He's always made some weird fucking movies. And like I said, it looked like a stunning, beautifully made movie. And like I said, I've been hearing great things about it. Yeah, I remember walking out of this movie. I walked out of this movie. I went to dinner right afterwards, and I was talking to my mom. She said, "Well, how was it?" I was like, "That was interesting." It was very, very interesting. And I mean that in a good way. I liked this movie a lot. I did. I really did. I said this as I was walking out, as like, this movie I could see win Best Picture. I've heard this is one of the front runners to win Best Picture, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. This is one of those movies you go, alright, I could see that. It's fine. I was like, if it got Guillermo del Toro a Best Director Oscar, awesome. If it gets Best Picture, awesome. Is it my favorite film of the year? Probably not. I think there was a couple other movies that were higher up in the rankings. I could see this definitely make my top 10 list. But I still like this movie a lot. Damn, like I said, I don't always agree with, the Oscars when it comes to Best Picture, but this is a movie, if it wins, I'm like, cool, fine, I'm alright with that. Like I said, when Moonlight won Best Picture last year, I was like, that's cool. I liked La La Land better, but hell yeah, I was like, Moonlight was a good movie. So yeah, I was like I said, this is definitely one of Guillermo del Toro's best movies in a while. And I've loved pretty much almost every movie. I like almost every movie he makes. Some better than others, but I'm like, yeah, this is definitely one of his best movies in a while, since probably Pan's Labyrinth. I agree with that. He has made a lot of good movies over the last few years. Performances in this movie were fucking fantastic. Jesus Christ. Sally Hawkins. Man, oh man. This is a girl that, like, it's kind of funny that the last movie that I saw her in was Paddington 2, and then you go from Paddington 2 to this. That is pretty fucking funny when you think about what I was thinking. I was chuckling to myself while watching this, because literally within the first 5 fucking minutes, she's getting naked and masturbating in a bathtub. That literally happens within the first 2 minutes of this movie. And I'm like, well, this is that kind of movie. I was like, huh. I said, this movie's earned it earns its R rating, I'll say that. Because I saw it was like rated R for sexuality and nudity. I was like, so I was forewarned some of the things, but it's like, wow, she's just fucking going there. All right. But yeah, she is great in this fucking movie. This is definitely her best performance I've ever seen her do. And she's always been a pretty decent actress for me. I'd never liked Happy Go Lucky and shit like that. I was not a big fan of that. But she was really good in this movie. Like, she expresses one of those actors that has, since she's playing a mute, she has to express with her face. And she does a really goddamn good job in her emotions, her mannerisms, too. Like, everything. Like, she does a really good job. And you gotta give this girl a fuck. I always love that about actors when they can do that. It takes talent. You have to be a pretty decent actor to do that kind of shit. Without, saying so much with by not speaking a word, by just using your facial expressions. I love that. Like people like Clint Eastwood, I think is one of the best at doing that. But yeah, it's like, yeah, she's really good in this fucking movie. Definitely, I would say I like Frances McDormand better this year, but she's great. Absolutely. Fucking well deserved on an Oscar nomination she got. While I say that, did Richard Jenkins get fucking nominated or not? If he didn't, I was like, he was really fucking good in this movie. He's one of those guys that's like, he's finally, it is crazy that it's only been over the last 10 years Richard Jenkins started to get more recognition for his work over the last 10 years. He's a damn good actor, and he's great in this movie as her neighbor that she lives next to in this apartment building, who is like pretty much her only companion, her only friend. And he's this older guy who loves to wear the worst toupee in the world. And he's also an artist that as a struggling artist that nobody will buy his paintings or something like that. And he's also gay, I guess. Because there's a story, that's a storyline that kind of just is brought up and then never, like, just pops up out of nowhere and then never brought up again. But it's not, that was fine. But that was kind of interesting. But he's like really good. Like the relationship between him and Sally Hawkins was fucking great. I love they had great chemistry together. Their love for like old school movies, because this movie does take place in 50s, 60s. I think in the 60s it does. During the Cold War. Yeah, but I love their chemistry together. They had real good chemistry and believable chemistry. Fucking another person that really I think it's a damn shame that didn't get a nomination for this movie. Michael fucking Shannon. Michael Shannon is great in this fucking movie. I don't know if I'm the only person that's been giving him praise in this movie, but he deserves it. He's awesome. He is a fucking dastard. One of the best villains I've seen in a while. He's awesome in this movie. Like, he is so dastardly. He's such an asshole. That stuff with his fucking fingers. Oh my god, with fucking pus coming out of his fucking fingers. That was fucking disgusting. Oh god, like the creature bites his fingers off like about 20 minutes in the movie. They get sewn back together, and throughout the movie, like his fucking fingers are like they surgery sew them back together, but obviously this is the 50s, 60s. They don't have the technology we have now, so they're decaying and fucking rotting and shit like that by the end of. Oh fuck, that was disgusting. But he is like this asshole guy who works for the government, who's is like torturing this fucking sea creature thing. Like nonstop, and just like brutalizing the thing. Just wants to use this as an experiment. Although I still really don't understand their experiment on this thing, because apparently they were talking about they wanted to take it up into space, and then like right after they say that, next line they were like talking about performing an autopsy on it. Like, do you want to take it to space or do you want to do an autopsy on it? What the fuck? How do you know there's just, because they didn't establish that there's more than one of these things. So I'm like, I didn't understand their fucking. That was one thing that kind of drove me nuts. Maybe I missed it somewhere. Somebody in the comments can tell me. But he's great in this fucking movie. He's just a seedy guy who wants to have sex with. He's like has some the hots for Sally Hawkins, and like he's having sex with his wife, and he puts his hand over her mouth to shut her up so that she's mute, and it's like, and he's like trying to like sexually harass Sally Hawkins at points. He's like this really creepy fucking dude. It's like he's great. Michael Shannon can play a villain very fucking well, and he's awesome in this movie. Like he plays a great fucking villain for this kind of film. The Doug Jones playing the sea creature. God damn it, that was one of the reasons why I love Guillermo del Toro more than anything is his ability, like his like designs, from his production designs to his creature designs to his set designs, everything, like the look of his movies. That's one of the things I love about Guillermo del Toro. It blows me away every time. Like I love the fact that he uses practical effects. He is a guy that one of the few mainstream directors that loves to use practical effects. Obviously, he does CGI still because, you know, there's stuff he can't do in this movie, but or in movies nowadays that can only be done with CGI. But for the most part, unless I'm completely, totally wrong, I'm pretty certain that that fucking creature was done. For the most part, with practical effects. It was a living person in this fucking monster suit, and because of that, I fucking love it. It is a really fucking great design. I love the creature design in this fucking thing. It is a really cool. It's like Creature of the Black Lagoon, but it's not like a completely rip. They didn't completely rip it off or anything like that. It was really goddamn stunning, and Doug Jones does a great job as the creature. I think it was called. Did he call it Abe? I guess that's the unofficial name of the creature was Abe. Yeah, he was really good. Like Doug Jones keeps doing a lot of Guillermo del Toro's movies. He was in Hellboy. I love it. I like the Hellboy movies. I wish Guillermo del Toro would do another Hellboy movie. I don't think they're doing another one anytime soon. But God damn it, they better have Guillermo del Toro do it. I mean, they can still have Ron Perlman do it. I know he's getting older, but they got fucking makeup for that shit. But yeah, Doug Jones is really good. Like he's the one. He always does like this stuff where they put him in like these creature suits, and he is willing to do it, and always pulls off great performances in these suits and shit. Like that Guillermo del Toro puts him in. He's always been like critically acclaimed for the shit he does in his movies, and he deserves it. Damn. Yeah, I like this is a movie. I don't know what else to talk about this movie because I love it. Like, oh, well, how could I forget about this? I guess I should talk about the infamous. A lot of people I've heard people refer to this movie as the fish sex story because if you don't know, and this is getting to spoilers, but the whole I was told going in, I was told about it going in. They're like, yeah, I expect a sex scene with the mute girl, and the sea creature. And I'm like, what? I didn't expect until I heard that. Like, I didn't get that from the trailers. I knew it was like kind of a love story, but I'm like, huh, okay. I was like, well, alrighty then. And yeah, it's not shown. Nothing is shown. I was curious as to how that fucking creature could mate. I don't know if I was the only one. I was like, she kind of does describe it to her friend. Octavia Spencer, her friend told her that. That's a weird transition, but sorry. But Octavia Spencer's in this, and I was like, you know, my problem with I love Octavia Spencer. She's great in this. And my only problem with Octavia Spencer nowadays is that anybody else notice, this is going to sound horribly maybe racist, but I don't mean it racist. Like, she plays the exact same fucking roles every fucking movie. She plays the sassy black friend, it seems like, the like, oh no, girl, don't do that. Like, I'm just saying, like, is it to help? She was great in Hidden Figures. What the hell else she was in? But yeah, those are two goddamn examples in this. And yeah, like, it's like she always plays the exact same. I would love to see her do something different. And she's a really good actress. Like, and she's good in these roles, and she has found a niche in playing a lot of the same characters over and over again. But it's like, I want to see her do something different. But going back to the sex thing, like, she kind of, like, the mute girl's, like, describing her, how he mates, and he does have a thing, and you're like, I'm kind of glad it didn't fucking show that, but I'm still like, how? Like, I'm still kind of curious as to how. But that's like putting it into the, that's pretty bad when you have to start asking that fucking question. And like, but it's like, but like somebody said, it's not. That's not the whole movie. It's like people have mentioned that movie thing a lot. It's only a scene or two that, like I said, they don't really show you anything, so it's not like they don't just full blown or fucking each other in one scene out of nowhere. Like I said, it's just, it cuts away whenever something like that's about to happen. It's still rated R. They can't make it NC-17. I don't know how that works with fucking sea creatures. Would they get an NC-17? I don't know. I don't know. That's a fucking weird question. I need to go to bed. I'm starting to talk about fucking sea creatures and fucking Jesus. I highly recommend this movie. I really do. I definitely go see it. If you go support this movie, it's definitely worth the hype. It's a fun little film. It's Guillermo del Toro. I'm glad he might be getting a Best Director finally nomination or award. That'd be fucking great. He's well deserves it. He's one of my favorite directors. Now if somebody like Nolan or Mark McDonough would get a fucking Oscar award, that'd be awesome too. But it's the only one who can get it. So yeah, that's as far as The Shape of Water goes. I got all the exact same trailers I've gotten over the past few months in front of this, including Tully again. So yeah, so I didn't get any new trailers. So I said that by the end of January I would do my end of review list. This is January 29th. I still have 2 other movies to see, so the weather's kind of been shitty the last couple days. So I might not be able to. I might have to kind of creep into February with some of these movies. I still want to see Hostiles and I, Tonya, and I'm trying to see them over the next few days. And after I see those, I'll make my top 10 list, best and worst list. So until then, I'll be back with Hostiles and I, Tonya. Until then, I'll talk to you guys later.